One Wen, so all family members together, deeply rooted in China, flourishing internationally, is our responsibility and mission. Unless it is more, the greatest truths are the simplest. We need to build a brand for studying in China.
Hello everyone, welcome to Contemporary Shanxi Guest Room. In Xi'an, if you follow the Feng River all the way south, you'll come across a very special place. There are wide open lawns, and when you open the window, you can see the Zhongnan Mountains. This place is called Liangjiatan. 10 years ago, when Principal Liu first stood on the banks of the Feng River, it was still just a barren land waiting to be developed. And the school he took over had only a little more than 40 students in total. 10 years later today, this school has gathered nearly 1,000 teachers and students from 54 countries and regions. Some people say he is a pioneer of international education in Xi'an, but Principal Liu himself says he actually sees himself more as a bridge builder. This episode's guest in the Contemporary Shanxi reception room is Liu Li, Party Secretary and Principal of Xi'an Liangjiatan International School. Hello, Principal Liu. You went from being an educator to the helm of a renowned international school. As a female leader, which life experiences have had a profound impact on your journey to becoming an international educator? Could you share some of them with us?
First, and most importantly, I was born and raised in Shanxi. My early teaching and skill development were all shaped there. Second, I spent over 4 years in Shenzhen's Luohu district. From age 22 to 26, I taught at Binhe Middle School, a 9-year integrated system. There, I was a homeroom teacher and headed the Chinese research group. At the same time, I also had exchanges with Hong Kong, where I saw many innovative and distinctive types of schools. The final stage was after I turned 35, when I went to the University of Southern California in the United States for further studies. There, I pursued a doctorate in educational administration. I was fortunate enough to visit Finland to observe their education system, and of course I also had the opportunity to go to the UK and many other countries to see different educational cases. These experiences have supported my professional development. These 3 stages of my journey are extremely precious to me.
But actually, we understand that back then, when you were at that elementary school, you had already attained a school-level leadership position. From an outsider's perspective, it seemed that your position was already very stable and predictable. Yet at that time, you chose to leave the school and join Liangjiatan International School, which at the time only had 40 foreign students. The number of students there couldn't compare to your previous school, and on top of that, it was an unknown environment. What considerations did you have when you made this choice? Did you ever feel that it was very difficult, since after all you were starting from scratch?
I would describe myself as a lifelong learner. I believe that people should constantly enrich and develop themselves. I also hope to move to a new platform. Actually, at the time, it wasn't entirely about joining an international school. I really wanted to go to a new school and help build an innovative school. A school where there would be more opportunities to carry out curriculum reform and innovation. That kind of school. That's just my personality.
You're a pioneer.
Yes. Especially after having more than 4 years of experience in Shenzhen, coming back to Gaoying, which is also a place full of innovation and vitality. This kind of platform, even though it only has a little over 40 students and is a very small organization, still represents different cultures and their expectations for high-quality education in Shanxi. So I really want to accomplish something meaningful on this small platform.
In the classrooms of Qing'an Primary, he learned to see things from a child's perspective. In the fast-paced Shenzhen Special Economic Zone, he understood the diversity of education. And in the libraries of USC and corridors of top schools in the West, he finally saw clearly the educational model he wanted to build. While everyone else envied the iron rice bowl in his hands, a job that was hard to come by, Liu chose to start over from scratch in 2013. That year, facing an international department with only a little over 40 students, what kind of future was he really hoping for?
Since you became principal in 2013, you have led Xi'an Liangjiatan International School to achieve a series of milestone accreditations, making it a benchmark for international education in Northwest China. But in your view, which of these breakthroughs was the most difficult and the most challenging?
The accreditation for the IB International Baccalaureate program, I would say. This program's accreditation is actually quite similar to our domestic evaluations for high schools, whether they are high-quality high schools or even for middle and elementary schools. It's an industry-wide system, whether it's the implementation of the curriculum, the professionalism of your teaching staff, the degree to which parents recognize and accept the IB program, or whether students possess cross-linguistic communication skills. These are all considered. It requires a review of our curriculum implementation from multiple aspects and dimensions. It's not just us claiming that we are running this program, or that we are teaching, or that we are using the IB curriculum in our teaching. Instead, the IBO, the International Baccalaureate Organization, must send experts to our school to conduct a comprehensive evaluation of the curriculum. In fact, this is the result of the efforts of the entire team. So we still feel that this accreditation is a milestone.
Actually, everyone says you're the most relaxed principal, handing decision-making power over to teachers and students. But we also know that you're actually quite strict with yourself. Does this management style of being relaxed on the outside but strict on the inside reflect the wisdom of modern, knowledgeable women in the workplace, balancing strength and gentleness?
Thank you. I think that's a great question. Actually, I often have sleepless nights, and I frequently worry about things like parents sending messages in the middle of the night. An email, a complaint, I will also think deeply about them. But that doesn't mean I lack a sense of boundaries. I think as women in the workplace, we should be even more clear about what kind of role we actually play. For example, in a school, I don't want people to see me as someone who holds all the power and makes all the decisions. Instead, I see myself more as a service provider, a partner in the collaboration between Chinese and international educators. And furthermore, I am more of an observer of education. In the family, I am also a mother. I also don't want my child to feel like I'm nagging all the time. I think trust and respect between people are very important. Once there is trust and respect, then there can be truly effective communication. And only with effective communication is it possible to have truly effective action. So in our school, our organizational structure is very clear. Everyone knows their position, what their job description is, and what their scope of responsibility is. You can't just overstep someone else's position and criticize them at will. Everyone should make the best use of their talents. I believe my responsibility and mission are to set the right direction and then drive every member of the team to trust each other and build efficient cooperation.
From just over 40 children to teachers and students from more than 50 countries coming together, Liu Li led her team to build an educational pyramid in Xi'an that has gained recognition from around the world. However, what is always more difficult than curriculum accreditation is the integration of people. When teachers and children from all over the world gather in Liangjiatan, how can they not only possess a global perspective but also understand the profound heritage of the Loess Plateau?
But actually, our Liangjiatan International School is a very diverse environment. We've noticed that the school's curriculum places special emphasis on compulsory Chinese courses and also organizes activities like having our foreign teachers and students explore Xi'an. So how do you understand and put into practice the concept of running education rooted in China?
When the high-tech zone decided to build this school, it was actually a case of us, the high-tech zone, establishing an international school with Chinese characteristics ourselves. Taking root deeply and letting Chinese culture flourish internationally is our responsibility and mission. For an international school in China, first and foremost, being rooted in China means that all students and teachers must truly understand Chinese culture. I think that Xi'an, as a historic city that served as the capital for 13 dynasties, naturally has unique and exceptional advantages. For our school, you can see the southern mountains from the window and dip your feet in the river. It's a particularly ideal location for a Chinese international school, situated by the Feng River at the foot of the Qinling Mountains. So I believe that running education rooted in China means that as we cultivate international talents from all over the world, first and foremost, they must certainly be people who admire and love China. Yes, and of course, they also need to understand China, to truly know the real China. So we also have a mission and responsibility to share Chinese culture and Chinese stories with our friends from all over the world.
Deeply rooted in China and flourishing internationally, Liu Li says this is their responsibility and mission. This place is like a miniature United Nations, but the Chinese red flag always flies high. In this unique campus, aside from curriculum integration, there is another important task that stands out even more: party building.
actually, there's something we're especially curious about. Principal Liu, as the party branch secretary of the school, how do you, in an environment where there are both Chinese students and foreign teachers and students live together, how do you design and carry out our party building work so that it is not only present, but also vibrant and effective?
I think there are two aspects. On one hand, I believe party building is our foundation and also our most important core task. In fact, it is about guiding the direction of our school's development. Including questions like who we are educating for, what kind of people we are cultivating, and how we cultivate them. These are all about serving the bigger picture. We need to understand that, in fact, party building work is even more important in international schools. On one hand, it serves the overall situation, and secondly, preventing problems before they arise and serving the overall situation. How do we do that? I often talk with our party members. We also hold party classes and we conduct field visits to schools in China. Through exchanges and volunteer work, we observe the state of basic education in our own country. It is thriving. As an international school, we are not just four walls closed off, thinking of ourselves as some kind of utopia. That's not the case. We support national opening up strategies. Our basic education is strong. Prioritizing health and the Sunshine Sports Initiative align with global educational standards. Right now, we are developing a world-class education system. In the future, there may not even be a need for international schools because Chinese education will be the best education. International students might just be able to attend local schools directly. So this is something that may be needed during a certain period when we are serving the bigger picture. Another point is that I believe in taking precautions before problems arise. This is also very important. For international schools, we need to integrate even more. As party members, we also have the responsibility to tell the real story of China to every faculty and staff member and to every foreign family. I believe this is also our duty.
From Xi'an Primary School to Liangjiatan, Liu Li has spent more than 10 years completing a full circle in education. This is not simply a return, but rather an elevation. She leads Liangjiatan International School, showcasing China's international education to the world, not only with the hard power of meeting global standards, but also with the soft power of spreading Chinese culture. Looking ahead to the next decade, what does Liu Li want to hold on to?
As they say, education is a century-long task. To build a world-class, lasting school, what values must be upheld?
I think the first thing is that we must persist in running education on Chinese soil. Yes, we are an international school with Chinese characteristics. The first direction is that we must establish the Study in China brand, and this commitment cannot change. The second is that our original intention in education must remain unchanged, which means always putting students at the center of everything. Yes, and our mission and vision of being community-driven and innovation-led must also remain unchanged.
Today is International Women's Day, and people often talk about female power. In fact, we see a strong sense of female power in you. How do you think we should view and interpret this term, female power?
Silent influence, quietly nurturing all. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words.
Yep.
Less is more. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I think sometimes, just like our education system is implementing the double reduction policy, whether as a female leader in the workplace, a mother, or in the era of artificial intelligence, as it arrives, I think we need to think more about what we should do. And what we shouldn't do. We should travel light and enable our organization to operate more efficiently and in a more modern way.
In the past, when we talked about international schools, we always thought they were places only for people planning to go abroad, or we felt they were very trendy, but also somewhat distant. But after listening to Principal Liu today, what we see is a real, vivid, and down-to-earth international Xi'an. Principal Liu Li once said that Shanxi is a place where the ancient, the modern, and the future are seamlessly connected. I think this school, along with her more than 10 years of dedication, is proof that this kind of heritage is not just relics buried in the ground. It is even more a spirit of inclusiveness that flows in our veins. Thank you, Principal Liu. In our next episode, we will continue our conversations with trailblazers, listen to the powerful voices of reform, and together witness the answers this yellow earth gives to the times. Goodbye.